We had a gentleman that actually had approached us who travels extensively up and down Mount Hope Avenue over here. On several occasions during the night, he had to stop at one of the traffic lights that are right in front of the cemetery. And it actually became somewhat of a common occurrence where the apparition of an old man would start walking halfway across the road before suddenly vanishing in front of the cars.
It's not rare for a cemetery to get ghost stories, but a chunk of Rochester near the intersection of Mount Hope and Elmwood Avenues was known for being haunted a long time before it became a cemetery. Even for the first Euro-American settlers who came to Rochester, mystery lights were reported. Sometimes screams and groans were heard at night from this swampy area, and nobody knew exactly what it was. But the area was considered so haunted that even hard-working people with heavy loads, carts and oxen drawing heavy loads, would go out of their way to avoid this area to get home at night.
I believe the cemetery had originally gotten its start probably in the mid to late 17th century, or 17 going into the 18th century in this area. It does have a large history. I believe it is the second largest municipal cemetery in this country. It has a dead population of somewhere in the neighborhood of 250,000.
This land has been traveled for many, many years, probably going on centuries that people are not aware of. This has been a trail through for many different people, many different peoples, I should actually say. Peoples that we probably don't even know ever existed. So you have this area that is an absolutely beautiful area that has been traveled time and time and time again for eons. So when you talk about apparitions and ghosts and spirits, and you ask, is there activity here? Yes, there is much activity here.
20 to 30 years ago, and it was a very popular topic then, was the fact that there had been several different satanic cults, allegedly, that were most prominent within this region, extending also out to areas of Geneseo, New York, and beyond. At that time, this area here, which is known as the Devil's Bowl here in Mount Hope Cemetery, had originally been reputed for being an area where people had conducted human sacrifices. Now, nothing was ever really established. Nothing had ever been caught. Nobody ever caught photographs off it. The news had never reported on it. It was mainly hearsay. What is true was the desecration of many graves. In fact, I believe back in the mid-90s, there was an individual who referred to himself as the Wizard, and this was written off in the local newspaper, where security had actually found him holed up in one of the many mausoleums here, sleeping with skulls.
Sometimes if you've ever had anybody all of a sudden look at you and say, "Did you see that?" A lot of times what will happen in a place like this is you'll be standing here not aware of much of anything except the beauty of this place. And you'll see something out of the corner of your eye. You will feel something, possibly a light tap on your shoulder. And you will look, and nothing will be there to the naked eye. But to those of us that can feel and see and hear, we know what's beside us. There has been a woman and a child that have been up on that hill over there by that gnarled tree, and they've been watching us. They are fascinated. She told me, she didn't tell me her name, but she said that they passed around 1832.